Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Miss Lisa and thank you for returning. So I am kind of on a roll here, so I figured I would knock out a few of these videos and some new content for you. So since I'm all cute for Netflix and chill, we're none of us are really going anywhere right now. We're kind of sheltered in place on lockdown. So I figured I would come to you again and talk about some more travel. So praise God that, when this thing is lifted, when this thing is gone and past, that, we all can return to our regular life of coming and going as we please. Um, this kind of lends itself to self imprisonment, but I have been very productive. I have started all my spring cleaning. I have been goal setting, working on personal projects, all type of things. I've been very resourceful, very purposeful with this time that I have, so I pray that you are as well. So let's talk about some travels, because when this is done we're gonna be traveling. So let's reminisce on my trip to beautiful, wonderful NOLA, also known as New Orleans, Louisiana. So for the first time, I went to New Orleans um, for kind of around Mardi Gras. And it's very interesting how things come around. So at first, this was a few years ago. Me and my friend, we had planned to go to New Orleans. I was on a contract, and I ended up getting laid off at the end of the year. It was the best job I have ever had, so I was just so sad to see that job end. But God had other plans for me. So, unfortunately, when that job came to an end, one of my mentors, out of wisdom, said to me, "When that job is over, you better stop traveling, stop spending, just cut it all off." So we had planned to go to New Orleans that following kind of spring for Mardi Gras, and unfortunately, I had to pull the plug. I was like, I might be unemployed or I might be new in another position, so let's just put a pin in that. And so my wonderful friend obliged me, and I kept it a secret from her that, I didn't cancel the hotel. I just moved the date. I was just like, God, I'm believing that this next date that we can go. And so we ended up going, and I had, thank God, I had booked it. So when I wanted to go to New Orleans, I wanted to have their um, Mardi Gras colors kind of incorporated into me. So their Mardi Gras colors are kind of like this purple, this turquoise, kind of gold. It's just everywhere. So I wanted like chrome nails with the purple, the gold, green, something. But of course, you get to the nail shop and you don't even get what you intended to get. It's always something that pulls you in a different direction. So I ended up getting like silver chrome nails, and then I think maybe my toes had like some green Mardi Gras color in it, whatever. Um, so I was just geeked to go to NOLA. So once we arrived, I got a cab from the airport, and I think it was the Louis Armstrong airport. So I got a cab from the airport to the hotel, and we actually did a little bit of sightseeing. So we got a chance to kind of go past the Superdome, and my cab driver was telling me about, Katrina, and how they were all kind of shuttered, at that Superdome, and how like Superdome pretty much saved his life. Um, but then he ended up dropping me off downtown, and I'm putting that in air quotes, downtown, at our hotel, because we had booked one of the newly remodeled hotels on Canal Street. So like in the thick of Mardi Gras events, so we would be in like walking distance to everything that was going on. This man, this cab driver, bless his heart, um, he says, "We're here." And I looked out the cab window. I was like, I don't think we here. Um, Downtown New Orleans had boarded up buildings. I have never seen that before. That was crazy. So I literally called my friend, like, he said that I'm here. You need to come outside because I don't believe this. But literally, like right downtown, I like never been in a city where downtown they let there be abandoned or boarded up buildings. That was strange to me. But anywho, we got we were there. We were there. We got to the hotel, and we get all checked in, and the hotel is just fabulous. It was well revamped. It was beautiful on the inside, so everything was like to my expectation. The really great thing about the hotel stuff also is because since I didn't give up and I actually went ahead and changed and rescheduled that hotel booking, we got a really great rate. I think we paid like $50 a person per day. It was something like Airbnb prices for a very nice hotel downtown. And I'll actually show you guys that room because I usually kind of walk the room and do a little quick room tour of that room. So, yeah, you can see. So also in the room, I had brought, a bunch of books to read and like my planner. I wanted to kind of get my schedule together. And I just wanted to really kind of take it all in, be able to relax as well. But one thing we really wanted to do in New Orleans was sample that food and really get to the like some of the parades and the crowds. Oh my goodness. Like those I did not have one, but those Bloody Marys came with all that food and stuff on it. Oh my goodness, it was so well dressed. But like when the food came, like the gumbo, huh, it was so thick and just full of like the best seafood because that's their specialty, the shrimp and the sausage and the crawfish and like those deep dishes, just so very good. I love my food. Some other things that we did, so we went to the Riverwalk, and we took the trolley. Actually, I forgot how much we paid. It's like $2 or $3. I can't remember, but it's like old school. Like you get a little bus card, and we took I remember we took the trolley to Ursuline. We say Ursuline. It's pronounced Ursuline. We took that to the French market where they had like so much set up. So they do a lot of independent sellers, so you can get products from people and of course purchase more liquor. You can eat. I think we ended up going to a restaurant out there, so we had all types of gumbo again, pasta again, po' boys, shrimp, desserts, everything. And really just the nightlife was so good because everything that was going on. And I remember we would just walk that whole community, that area. So there would be, parades at night, and then the nightlife was just so active. Like the bars, some of the places didn't even really have doors on them. You just engage from inside, and then the party kind of goes outside. And then of course the shopping was really good. I think the prices in New Orleans were pretty decent because I remember going to a mall where I saw, once again, I always see something for my sister because because she can fit in a lot of things. But going to all the malls, all the shopping centers, and then of course shrimp here, strips, fish, all types of fried food, calamari, crawfish. It's like I just never got tired of that food. It was just so decadent. And then, well, again, there were more parades. There was, small parades. Then there was the big parade. So we just indulged in it all. I think we got there on maybe a Wednesday, and then we stayed through like the weekend. And so what I like to do also, in addition to my wonderful, wonderful souvenirs, when I'm staying somewhere like over the weekend, it's nice for me to kind of go and worship with the people that are local. So I think I took an Uber and I went to, I think it was an All Nations of New Orleans or All Nations. It was, I'm I'm not sure the city, but it was All Nations Church, and just an awesome worship that they had. Very nice and welcoming people, and a very wonderful woman. Um, I encountered there, prayed with me, just covered me during my trip. So she was such a blessing. And then after church, I went to, connect with my friend, have lunch, um, have a little something on the rocks. It was so interesting. This one place, they had like an outside bar, and they gave out bacon, of all things, bacon with the wine kind of tasting. And it's interesting because like the flavor combinations were actually not that bad. Something I've never seen before. Bacon with the wines. Then we kind of went back to the hotel, and the hotel actually had a rooftop bar themselves. So they would open up their bar, I think maybe like from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. or 7 to 1, something like that. And they had a really nice vibe on the rooftop bar as well, and they served drinks, and it was just a nice atmosphere. I think the temperatures were like 70s, 80s when we went there, and so we just really had a good time. And then of course, like probably that last day, I kind of rolled out with some chicken and waffles like in bed, and then went to the casino, tried my luck in New Orleans. There's a huge casino at the end of, it's like a Harris casino at the end of the block. And as soon as we walked past it the first time, I'm like, I'm going in that casino. And so what I would do is I think I would take $1, and then every time I won off that dollar, I would cash it out. And I think I ended up winning like maybe $20, $30. And then I used my winnings, of course, to get souvenirs, because that's what I love to buy. And then I think our last night we went to the Chop House, and the Chop House is very well known, and that was very good as well. But they have this huge slice of chocolate cake, and it's like $25, but it feeds like 4 or 5 people. So we had the chocolate cake with ice cream, and we just could not finish it. But it was such a good trip. The only piece of advice that I would say is, in terms of NOLA or visiting for Mardi Gras, number one, you want to book, like if you're going to do a hotel, if you're going to do an Airbnb, whatever you're going to do, book that like 6 months to a year in advance. It was so crazy that when I came back from New Orleans, someone had asked me like, hey, can you book me that hotel that you had? And so when I say we paid $50 per person, so that hotel was like maybe $90, and then tax, for each of us to have, a bed, the kitchenette area, a very nice bathroom, all access to all the amenities. So the fitness center, the rooftop bar, continental breakfast in the lobby. And it was newly remodeled, so it was beautiful, and it was right on Canal, so it was right in the thick of it. We paid $50 per day, so altogether we probably paid $300 to be there for a week. When I went back and tried to book that hotel for my friend, it was like $300 per person per night. it had went up exponentially. And so as soon as I saw that, like, I let him know. He was like, I'm not doing that. And it just goes to show how popular it gets, like right around the Mardi Gras time. So number one, I would say whatever your choice is going to be, book it early. And then also in terms of location, so I really liked the hotel that we were at, and that was actually one of the, I want to say Marriott's, but they had multiple Marriott's on Canal. So I saw, I think, at least 2 other Marriott's that I would be interested in staying at also, that were a little bit further down on that kind of that strip. So they have a plethora of hotels, so I would say definitely shop around, but then book early. Also, Uber came in handy. Like, when we went to the parades and whatnot, we walked and walked and walked and walked and walked because we were close to everything. But sometimes, when you're getting cute and you want to, style and profile, and you got on your little outfit with your little shoes, you are not trying to be walking willy-nilly. So that Uber really came in handy. So I would say definitely have you like $100 set aside for some cabbing, just in case, you might get liquored up, or like me, you might be a little cute and it's like, I'm hot, I'm not walking. But we really enjoyed ourselves, so I will definitely be back in Louisiana at some point when this thing is all over, prayerfully. So that's all I have to share about NOLA. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace and blessings.